get started. I'm Derbis, Cale Shannon Derbis, Dave's oldest son, and it'll either come out or it won't. So the problem is if I start crying, I'm gonna start puking, and it's gonna be like the Barbarama on Stand By Me. If anybody's seen that movie, it was one of Dave's favorites. So if you haven't checked it out, it was kind of like a remembrance of his childhood. Is how I put it to Amber, John, and I. So it's great to see family and friends represented here today. The Chester Bowl Improvement Club standing strong. A lot of Dave's roots from Minneapolis and North Minneapolis, and Duluth, of course. Dave's travels around the country, and if not physically, definitely around the world through his art and his passion for life. And so we're going to go ahead and there's a program here. So John and Aber and I will read a few words from the Tao teaching, and that was one of the spiritual books that Dave really embraced. And then I'll go ahead and present a bit of a eulogy for Dad, and then Abra and John as well. John and some friends and family will then play some music, sing some songs, and then this is an open stage for anybody that's here that would like to. We have the space till about 5 o'clock, and so it's about 2:30 now. So if anybody wants to come up and share something, or if you want to share something from the audience, I can say from standing up here, you can't really tell who's out there. So the lighting is very effective here, and so I get very nervous before I get up on stage to speak. I don't think Dave did. I don't know. I can't remember Dave ever being nervous. Now that I'm thinking about it, the guy would just walk into the grocery store, and as he was picking out a melon, he'd see somebody that he knew, and then before he knew it, me and Aber and John would be like dying at the cart, just like laying on the floor of the grocery store, and Dave's over here like making plans for the next Shriners picnic. So it was really, when Dave was at his best, he was phenomenal. And his days out in Lake Nebagaman with Linda, that was decades of his life, and that chapter was so important to him. And every time we talked to him, in the last few years, he would always just tell us what a great life he had, and just how much he loved you guys and your family, and just how happy he was. And I think that it's just an amazing goal or aspiration of my own. At 46 years old, born 1979, and if I can find that peace and that happiness in my 80s like Dave did, I think that I'll just feel so lucky and fortunate, and I feel that way now as well. So I don't know, you want me to hit the Tao verse on my own up here, or do you want to come up here too? We can go in session. I think he's got something planned. I think it's fireworks, but I don't want to.
Oh, there it is.
Really surprise. That's what we got the permit for. All right, so.
Well, I think we should show the Dave shirt.
Oh, okay.
Don't you think?
Yeah. So one of the things that Aber Rose Derbis, John Geo Derbis, the siblings of Derbi, as it were. That's the plural for Derbis. And this is a shirt that we made. There's more available. It's a print that we can post online, or we can create more likenesses. But it was a photo that we found at Dave and Linda's place out there in Lake Nebagaman, and it's from Dave's Art Days. And it's like a self-portrait of Dad. Looks like maybe from the 80s based on the sunglasses. It's kind of like a little bit like the Terminator. And it just says, be more like Dave. And I think for us, that was kind of a motto that we've taken in during this process of saying goodbye to our father and moving into this next chapter of our life. So from the Tao, I'm going to be reading, it says, the Tao that can be understood cannot be primal, or cosmic, Tao, just as an idea can be expressed in words, cannot be the infinite idea. And yet this ineffable Tao was the source of all spirit and all matter, and being expressed was the mother of all created things. And now I see where Dave got his ilk for his bedtime stories, where he would say, a long, 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 long time ago. And therefore, not to desire the things of sense is to know the freedom of spirituality. And to desire is to learn the limitation of matter. These two things, spirit and matter, so different in nature, have the same origin, believe it or not. This unity of origin is the mystery of mysteries, the darkness of darknesses, but it is the gateway to spirituality.
Let's see, I'm going to read chapter 11 from the Tao. It says, we join spokes together in a wheel, but it is the center hole that makes the wagon move. We shape clay into a pot, but it is the emptiness inside that holds whatever we want. We hammer wood for a house, but it is the inner space that makes it livable. We work with being, but non-being is what we use.
Hey y'all, can you hear me?
Yeah.
All right. Okay. This one's really Dave. When I read it this morning, I was like, yeah, this is it. Fill your bowl to the brim, and it will spill. Keep sharpening your knife, it will blunt. Chase after money and security, and your heart will never unclench. Care about people's approval, and you will be their prisoner. Do your work. Step back. The only path to serenity. I know, right?
All right.
All right, you back on the...
All right, yeah, I'll use the machine. All right. You guys want to stay up here?
Yeah,
We got
I'll
chairs.
take a seat this
All right.
time. Yeah.
Do you like a panel type thing?
Okay.
Does anybody have any questions about what we've covered so far? Sorry, that's what I would do at work if I was doing a presentation like that, just make sure that we're all on the same page. All right, so these are the thoughts that came from my heart as I was thinking about Dad and what he's meant to me in our life together and in our life with all of you. David is a diamond. Many, 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 many faceted angles, hugging angels through heaven's gaze upon the smile that is the soul of a man. Light shines through and can be refracted in many ways. Through the purple haze of purple rain, blessed to have two parents who loved us so much. Thank you, Mom. They showed us so much of the world through their lens, through that looking glass, and it's important to remember where we come from as much as where we are and where we're going. I tried to switch Dave to digital from analog. Linda, you can probably imagine how well that went. He said, why? And you know what? He was right. I feel like we met him in the airport when we landed this trip around. I see you, Dad, in the bumblebee that buzzes up to me, in the stranger pedaling their bike down the street, As I'm driving, I catch a glimpse into their reality, and it's you I see. That Michael Jackson album, Bad, on a cassette tape, was the first piece of music that I purchased with my own money. And I bought it with Dad. One day we took a trip from Queen Avenue, that little White House, over to Roseville, and it felt like I'd entered another country road, take me home, America. And Dave moved through his life in this manner, don't you know? You just go ahead and pay no mind there. The man behind the curtain, arguably unaffected by the corporate pillaging of souls and mind, refute to the illogic that capitalism begets enlightened individuals, befit to be tied askance from the monopolies of our same minds, foraging our life force for a greenback dollar, maybe? The trio of kings or oligarchy? I don't know. Who's gonna save you now? Be more like Dave. Dad loved to say, or I loved when Dad said, that the only time Jesus lost his temper was when he was dealing with the bankers and they wanted to leverage interest on a loan. Loaves of fishes, He loved peace and equality even when he was feeling ornery or feisty and would hit you with a zinger or a grinder. Pass the gravy, Davy. I didn't realize that growing up with a hippie father was such a four-letter word, little rabble-rouser. And he really was a Thoreauian across the pond, and Emerson. Let your words fly as cannonballs fly, and tomorrow, should they contradict what you said yesterday, let them fly as hard as fast as you see the truth fit in that moment. For the now is all we have. The person you were this morning is not the person you are this afternoon. There is perhaps, arguably, potentially, no universally true quantum mechanical evidence that we even exist. Pyramids around the globe. So let our existence proceed in magic and fairies. The time of day is twilight when they come out to play. And love and wonder and play like a child with your whole self, with art and creativity and harmony, is what Dad used to say. Dad loved a nut goodie bar, a bit o' honey, a slice of hard salami on a tack cracker, and some sharp cheddar cheese on a fishing trip to the Mississippi or Gooseberry Falls. A glass of wine, a beer, a snit of alcohol, a cigarette, a joint, sitting around the living room with a bunch of college kids. He was that ageless guy with a guitar connecting with everybody. Dudism was a modern day maestro, filling the air with music of his soul. As offensive, maybe, but honest, maybe, as he chose to be. But at his best, as I mentioned, very good-natured and charismatic, aware of yin for yang, and an artist able to look back from behind the painted veil. He was our dad, A.B., Johnny. He was many things to many people. And as I age now, I see the complexities that comprise a human soul. None of us faultless. Those lines of our fault shudder and quake our souls as much as the tectonic plates of our planet. And yet, governed by the principle that water takes the path of least resistance, so did Dave work to achieve beauty in his life as his art. And I believe he saw his greatest compositions as you, Abra, and you, John, myself, and through that lens, our spouses and our offspring. And while by the time our kids had grown and arrived, we ourselves had found our future voices, Dave of yesteryear had already checked many of the boxes of this bus journey. So I choose to cherish his memory through a living document, commiserate compassion, and communication with him through the ether. Fortuitously frolicking, forever young across the sky, even past demise, where demure opposition to death has a finality and rather freedom from the physical laws of nature as we see them. An opportunity to soar once again to the place our souls beckon back to belief and faith. For we've all had a father to help courier us into this place. We've all had a dad who's helped us see the fortune in the crystal ball. Watching The Wizard of Oz, drinking my first Pepsi Cola from a can, walking the streets of Duluth, noticing the northern lights, and holding hands. The choice is ours which memories live, and how we remember and cherish those who we've lost and those who we still have to hold on to in this existential bliss. we can form into code discourses of conscious revelation. And so I thank you all for believing in my dad's work of creation, of living a life well examined, if by many or by few. And David John Derbis, may your memory live on forever. May you continue to be remembered for the hero that you were in the hearts of those you saved and danced with. And with love, your devoted son I will remain, Dad, Cale Shannon Derbis, husband to Kendall Joyce Seeley Derbis, father to Kathy Stone Derbis, David Thomas Derbis, and fellow traveler across the Great Divide, Pop. May your soul travel effortlessly across space and time, and galaxy and dimension to the peaceful place of our collective ancestors. I love you, Dad. Rest in peace. It's not goodbye, it's fare thee well. Vishnu Pamyat, eternal memory, and may they greet you with a bang on the ear. Peace, Dad. I love you.
Very nice.
Oh, Cale's always a hard act to follow. I am Abra Rose Derbis, Dave's one and only daughter. There's two of you, but only one of me. And I love how different our sharings are probably going to be. I think it speaks to who Dave was, who he was. Let's see. David John Derbis. My dad was the oldest of 5 children. He was the son of Helen and John Derbis. He grew up in North Minneapolis. Recently, when he was in the hospital, I asked him what he loved most about his dad. And he looked at me with a smile and he said, he was a singing bar man. He spoke lovingly of his parents, his Uncle Pete and Cha-Cha, his favorite aunt. He loved his siblings and often marveled at them, always admiring who they are. He loved his partner of 26 years, Linda, and their dogs, their life and adventures in the country of northern Wisconsin. He loved all kinds of music. His greatest joy, and what he was drawn to in every aspect of his life in all times, was his music. He himself was an accomplished musician and artist. As you can see, we have some of his paintings hanging in the hallway there. He was a creative. Art and creating meant the world to him. And he went back to school when we were kids at the University of Minnesota Duluth and received his Master of Fine Arts. He saw the world through beauty, and he took it deeply into his soul. He appreciated art wherever he was. He didn't mind pushing the boundaries and encouraging people to step outside their comfort zones. He was a free spirit, and he cherished the ability to tell us stories. He gave us so many stories. As his children, he made us listen to music to appreciate the musician's musician. He aimed to give us an education that couldn't be taught in school. He insisted we were all independent. He taught us to fish, canoe, camp, use a knife, set up a tent, cook a meal, play sports, paint and draw. And once when we were kids, he let us know he was going to flip the canoe. And we had to figure out what to do, to think on our feet, not to panic, to be resourceful. And I think that really shows who he was as a father, because he wanted us to be prepared and capable. He wanted us to know not just how to navigate a canoe tipping over, but how to navigate life. And those lessons are immeasurable. And he wanted more than anything to be a good dad. And he was. He insisted we needn't care what other people think, to love ourselves and be proud of who we are. He was so proud of who we are. He was so proud of everyone that he loved. And he sought to see the joy in life and to see the good. A few things he insisted on, sometimes forcefully, was that we could never get up and answer the phone during dinner. We always had to finish our plate. We had to have a salad. We had to appreciate the finer things in life, like the French do. We had to know how to throw a baseball and a football the right way. We had to have the right tool for the job and the right gear for the elements. We couldn't dress for style only, but for function and style. And we had to know how to listen and how to take risks. He insisted we were always learning and always creating. Dave, in our days, always started the day with a hot bath and ended it with a nut goodie and Alka-Seltzer and David Letterman. So Dave, thanks for being a good dad, for loving us unconditionally, and for giving us the gift of life. That's it. Dropped a bit on me.
Yeah.
Okay, here's Johnny, the last one.
One more round of applause for Abra and Kale. They're awesome. When I started planning out what I was going to say, I knew I was coming after these two dynamos. And that's how it is growing up as the youngest, right? You come after these two dynamos. So you can't do it the same way. It's already been done to perfection. I knew Kale would have a lot of words. I knew Abra would hit a heart, and it would be hard to do this thing after she started. So, if you would have asked me what I thought of Dave when I was a little kid, I would have told you he talks too damn much. Man, he's talking to everybody. You can't get a walk down the creek down to Devil's Hole without taking an hour and a half and meeting 4 people that you've never met before. And they enjoyed it. That's the weird thing. You would get these college students, he'd get retirees, he'd get everybody, and they would want to stand and talk to this guy for like 25 minutes while the bugs are eating you and you just want to go jump in Devil's Hole. So I would have told, he has a lot of opinions on things. He had a lot of strong opinions on things. And as I get older, I'm kind of realizing, much to my chagrin, Dave was actually right. So yeah, Dave, I came into a world where Dave and Colleen had created quite the ecosystem. And Abra and Kale exemplified it. They were amazing at it. I took joy in being the fly in Dave's ointment, the sand in the gears for his optimal machine of expectation and French dinners. And man, you know what? He gave me the space to do that. He had spent so long being like, this is the way that we do things. And I came around and I said, that's dumb. I don't want to do that at all, actually. And we fought a lot. There's a lot of like, watch your mouth. And that's kind of where it ended, you know? It was watch your mouth. And if I could or I couldn't. And I appreciate that about Dave. You know, to give your kid enough space to figure out who they are, even when they're pissing you off. That's like something. Let me see what we got here. So last night, I wrote down some Davy words. Chicken teriyaki at Chester Bowl. Purpose and desire. Van, the man, and Dylan. Canoes and contrast. Form and pigment. Balance. Now for the best, save the trash for later. This is my show. I had a hard time doing spelling words when I was a kid. So Dave gave me the nickname Dr. Memory. Every time I remembered something, he'd call it out as a victory. Dr. Memory strikes again. D Johnny, D Johnny, D Johnny, D. D Johnny, D Johnny, D Johnny, D. That was my theme song from Dave. He sang it all the time, man. This one's a trick for me. Dave comes from a time before rock and roll. Right? Like a lot of people in here do. For me, that's like a wild thing. Like when he was growing up, there was not rock and roll. And he kind of watched this whole evolution of music. Man, he loved it. He loved music. He loved it so much. We got the Texas tornadoes rolling. And he'd stop it and he'd look at me and say, "Listen to the horns, John! Listen to them!" And then we'd turn it all the way up and play it again, and I'd listen to the horns. Good horns. Dave kind of parented the way that he painted. You know, he gave you the form, gave you the basic idea, and he lets you fill it in. You fill in the rest, and that's abstraction, right? We take something that's full, we take something away from it. We keep taking away till you don't have any confusion, and you say, all right, people, this is what you get. Now you get to decide what it means. And Dave, you know, Eagle Scout Dave when he was a youngster, and Canada Dave, and Duluth Dave, and Nebagaman Dave, and post-cancer Dave, they all kind of, in a weird way, to me, seem like different people. And different books in a series, not as much chapters of a book. So I'll play a couple of songs here. One of them is a song I know Dave would want me to sing. I don't particularly like the song, but I know he would like it if we played it.
Before you play, Johnny,
Yeah.
can Nia come up and
Oh,
say something?
yeah.
This is a new add-on. Nia, do you want to come up? Okay. Before we do the official with the mic, is that okay?
Yeah, we need
I don't think I turned it on.
I just want to.
Do you want to introduce yourself? This is Dave's eldest granddaughter, Nia. Nia Winrose. Oh, and there are these books. Do you want to hold it up? There are these books out on the table, and if you don't have one, it's the last, maybe one of the last creative projects Dave endeavored on, I guess.
Yeah.
And they are there for the taking, so if you'd like a copy, please take one.
So I'm going to read a few portions from his book. Nia saw this and she saw that. Where in the world are you at? Her eyes were always moving. This was because she was curious. She wanted to know of this and that. Where in the world are you at? Dave inspired curiosity and imagination. He brought creativity into his life and into those lives he created. My beautiful mom and two amazing uncles. And he also shared that with me. and with all of his other grandchildren. So, Nia said, I will call Grandpa. Maybe he can help us learn to fly without wings. And he did. His words and impression helped me fly through my childhood and soar through my life. Grandpa thought for a moment and said, you can all be balloons. Then you can fly without wings. But Grandpa, how can we be balloons? That, my dear, is the magic part. You can think and dream. You may begin dreaming. I hope he is dreaming, and I hope he is touching the sky, and I hope he learned to fly too, like he taught me.
Well, we have a few musicians.
Yeah, a few musicians.
Warming up. Okay. So John's gonna play a song, and then I think, Ben Brown, my husband, who's gonna play a song, and young Kaylin Ann, a dear family friend also.
Wilder.
Oh, and Wilder?
Wilder's playing the piano.
Okay, all right.
We got a whole concert coming.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a concert. So if anybody needs assistance or to go out or anything, obviously, you're free to do so. And if anyone would like to get up and speak, but yeah, now the performance continues. So, Mr. Derbis.
All right, so we'll start out with Dave, in my opinion, one of Dave's favorite songs, Poncho and Lefty by Townes Van Zandt. Living on the road, my friend, was supposed to keep you free and clean. Now you wear your skin like iron, your breath is as hard as kerosene. You weren't your mama's only boy, but her favorite one it seems. And she began to cry when you said goodbye. You sank into your dream. Poncho was a bandit boy, he rode a horse as fast as polished steel. Wore his gun outside his pants for all the honest world to feel. And Poncho met his match, on the deserts down in Mexico, and no one heard his dying words. Well, ain't that the way she goes? All the federales say they could have had him any day, they only let him go so long. Well, out of kindness, I suppose. And Lefty, he can't sing the blues all night long like he used to, and the dust that Poncho bit down south, it ended up in old Lefty's mouth. The day they laid Poncho low, well, Lefty split for Ohio, from where they got the bread to go. Well, ain't nobody knows. All the federales say, man, they could have had him any day. They only let him go so wrong. Well, out of kindness, I suppose. Lefty's living in a cheap hotel. The desert's quiet, Cleveland's cold. So the story ends, we're told. Save a prayer for Poncho too, but save a few for Lefty too. He only did what he had to do. Now he's getting old. Brave federales say they could have had him any day. They only let him hang around. Well, out of
past the boat.
So that's Dave's favorite. I'm going to sing a song that Dave, I think that was the best song that I wrote. And he was pretty sparing with his compliments when they came to music. So, appreciate it, Dave. Here we go.
Well, I've been working on Minneapolis, and I've been living in St. Paul, and it's been 35 degrees for almost all of January, and I ain't seen the sun at all. Well, I've been working on Minneapolis. It's from a building called 15. I breathe recycled air when I look out the window, ain't no better there. So I just sit here, stare at my screen. Well, I've been working Minneapolis. It's an hour's drive and rush each way. I-94 and 35 keeps on calling me north, but I'm still here like every single day. It's I-94 and 35 keeps on calling me north, but I'm still here like every single day.
All right, Ben Brown.
All right, I am Ben Brown. I have the great pleasure of being the husband of Abra, and I've known Dave almost as long as I've known her. I think we met probably several months after Abra and I started dating, but one of the very first things I ever knew about Abra was that her dad used to write her these amazing letters all the time, and she would share them with me, and they were always written on large legal pads, yellow paper, and he had his very eccentric handwriting, and he would throw in quotes from songs, much like the books that he wrote. And it was hard to even tell where his own imagination and the universe met, because they were always kind of intermingling and spilling out. Dave was a very kindred spirit to me in a lot of ways, and it's probably why I fell in love with his daughter. He traveled a lot, and I traveled a lot, and I was into music. And when I met him, he must have been in his early 60s, I guess, and he still played a lot of guitar, and we traded songs and stories, and he was full of so much zest for life, and also a lot of contradiction, and just could pull all these things out of the universe and the world and put them together and package them up. And probably more than anything, I would say that he had the strongest love for the people in his life that he loved. And it was just spilling out with beauty all the time. So I just have another Towns Van Zandt song that I'm going to sing. It's simple, and it's called Buckskin Stallion. And I put it together for this because it's kind of just makes me think of Dave when I hear it, I guess. So here it goes.
heard you sing, I heard you sing in tongues of silver. I heard you cry on a summer storm. I loved you, but you did not know it. So don't think about it anymore. Now you're gone and I can't believe it. So don't think about it anymore. 3 and 4 were 7 only. Where would that leave 1 and 2? Love can be and still be lonely. Where would that leave me and you? Time there was and time there will be. Where does that leave me and you? If I had a buckskin stallion, I'd tame him down right away. And if I had a flying schooner, I'd sail into the light of day. And if I had your love forever, I'd sail into the light of day. Pretty songs and pretty places, places that I've never seen. Pretty songs and pretty faces, tell me what their laughter means. Some look like they'll cry forever, tell me what their laughter means. And if I had a buckskin stallion, I'd tame him down and ride away. And if I had a golden galleon, I'd sail into the light of day. And if I had your love forever, I'd sail into the light of day. And if I had your love forever, I'd sail into the light of day. Thank you.
Can I use yours? I created and gave space for these 3 of my most favorite kindred spirits in this world to grow and to become such unique and amazing humans, and I will forever be grateful to the 2 of you for granting me with their friendships. And before every journey me and Abra would venture out into, road trip, we would stop by for a collection of mixtapes for road trips, and we shared, I had a grandpa who loved music like he did and enforced that I knew good music and same tastes, and so there was a lot of love shared around music. And I remember out at Lake Nebagamon, he sat me down and made me listen to End of the Line a handful of times in a row because it was just such a good song, and so I'm gonna play that one. Feel free to join in if you know the song. Well, it's all right Plenty of time.
Plenty of time. I wish I could see you all a little bit. I'm probably loud enough. Oh, there we go. Hi. Just a few. Yeah, do you want to turn the slideshow back on there in the booth? Thank you. A few housekeeping things. We have food out in the atrium there, and pictures, and a book in the front if you want to sign in, please. That would be so wonderful. And some programs. And again, Dave's published book is on tables if you want to take a copy. Any other housekeeping things? The bar will be open. Yeah, food and drinks. We're here till about 5. Does anybody want to come up and share a memory, a word, a thought, a moment? This would be the time. Thank you all so much for coming. Yeah. I'm going to turn this off. And if not, we can just go eat and be merry. No pressure. Because I think that's what Dave would want. Yeah.
Oh.
It's 1982. That's
Now we all know.
That's the pin, 1982. In case anyone wants to.
Log in and do some work for you.
Yeah.
Just give y'all some peaceful guitar music while you
Yes.
This is our newest little David Derbis. So turns 2 at August 16th.